One,
One, two, three.
three, A.
S tier. Oh. S
Wait,
tier.
he's like the top. He's the creme of the creme. Creme de la creme.
So he would go to S tier.
Oh, yeah, you're right. So, listen.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Call Time a Theater Pod. My name is Marisa Helene Mast, and this is the space where we can talk about it all because every role in theater matters. And this is the space where we can laugh, learn, and sometimes call out the chaos. So sign in on the sheet, because it's call time. My guest today is someone, honestly, I don't even know how to properly intro them because they have lived a life of extraordinary proportions, have seen so much, and I am just so excited to talk with the one, the only, Scruff. Hey, Scruff, how you doing?
Great, how are you doing?
I am doing well. I'm so happy to have you here. I'm in such awe of being in your presence right now.
No, thank you. I honestly love to be on the podcast. We are huge fans of yours, so this is really exciting.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cry. I'm such a big fan of yours as well. Okay, well, that being said, before I completely fangirl myself into submission, let's take a look at what's going to be happening on today's show. But I was like, oh my god, that's a tiger.
I kind of figured if this is my path, I'm gonna slay it, like the absolute queen cryptid I am. Just do it for Jim.
Honestly, we all do this for Jim. Wasn't that great?
That was pretty cool.
You're pretty charming. You're pretty charming. You got some wit there.
I rolled a 20 in charisma for D&D.
Obviously. Awesome. All right, so, Scruff, I got a question for you. In my heart of hearts, I truly believe that there is good theater cringe and bad theater cringe. And I would love to know what you would put in those categories.
Well, no, that's a good question. So I believe that like good theater cringe is honestly, those icebreakers. You know, I think those are fun. A really good. I mean, it's a little cringy, but it's like good cringe because you're making friends. So
perfect. I love that. Do you have a favorite icebreaker?
it is probably the one where like you have to get in like a pair or something, and then you ask each other like very simple questions, and then at the end you actually do presentations of the other person.
Oh yeah, that is a nice one. I like that because that way you genuinely can remember the other person going forward, and that is a really easy way to make friends. I can appreciate that. Awesome. Now, bad theater cringe.
Well, there is one that continuously haunts me. It is Zip Zap Zop. It's every time. I have nightmares about it. For 128 years, I've had nightmares of Zip Zap Zop, so.
Well, you know what? You're not the only one. You are not the only one. We have definitely had our share about our dislike of Zip Zap Zop on this pod.
It is a continuing saga.
It truly, to all of you who think that Zip Zap Zop is an appropriate game, I'm not going to say that you're wrong because it does help sometimes, but if it does, who is it helping? Like, it's just helping my anxiety.
Right, yeah. No, I feel that.
I actually just played Zip Zap Zop recently for a class that I'm taking, and because it's an intro class, and I haven't thought about this in years. Did you know that there are multiple levels to Zip Zap Zop?
No, nobody told me about the levels. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so you have like your regular TW, trigger warning for Zip Zap Zop. I'm about to do it. So you have your normal, zip, zap, and zop. But the next level up is when you do 3. So you go zip, 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 and then zap, 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 zop, zop, zop. And then you do it another level up, and then you go backwards. into back towards regular zip.
As if
zaps,
it
and
was
zop.
not already torturous enough.
Truly. And I will say, witnessing this, because the last time I did that version of any other level was like high school, and which already was ridiculous. But doing it with grown adults, we were really frustrated, openly frustrated.
No, that is valid.
Yeah, so definitely would put that under there. Awesome, wonderful examples of zip zap zop. No, of theater cringe. Our topic today is one that I, am a huge fan of. I've obsessed with it for many, many years. You might, I think you would know a great deal about what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about puppetry. Crazy, I know.
That is crazy.
So the first part of this I wanted to discuss was kind of the origins of puppetry. We're going to get into the educational portion of this podcast. Scruff, do you know when the first trace of puppetry appeared in history and where?
Greece?
Yes, Greece, exactly. Do you know what year?
5. Oh, I don't know why I tried to hold up 5. I only have a puzzle. But it is 5.
It is 5. 5 BC in Greece, which is a wild thing to kind of wrap our brain around. So the word for puppetry in Greek was, and I'm going to try and pronounce it as best as I possibly can because I am not Greek, but is nevrospastos, which, although in a, more artistic translation means, drawn by strings. There was another translation was like, oh, it means nervous system, but also like nervous breakdown.
Yeah, that kind of checks out.
I was going to say it kind of checks out a little bit. Drawn by strings. Strings are the nerves. The nerves make up the body. We have a nervous breakdown. We are but puppets, So I thought that was really, really interesting. And since then, obviously, we've had different kinds of puppets throughout history. So puppetry obviously has been a big part of the human entertainment realm for a very, very long time. And I wanted to know how you felt about that, since you're like 128 years old. So you've been around for a bit. How do you feel about the evolution of puppetry?
Honestly, being 128, getting to partially watch my ancestors, and, well, maybe I am included in that ancestor bucket, but it has been nice to watch the evolution go by and get stronger and more beautiful.
Is there anything that surprised you about that evolution?
I would say the amount of attention to detail in the way that the puppets move. It has gotten more and more realistic, and they focus on that.
Yeah, it's like we'll get into this much later as well in our time together, but sometimes puppetry really can trick the eye to the point where you're in awe, honestly, of the way that it does move. Speaking of which, puppetry in modern theater, because we've seen quite a few examples of that recently. I mean, shows completely dedicated to using puppetry as the main focus. I wanted to know if you had any favorites.
I will have to admit, My Neighbor Totoro, that is phenomenal. But
yeah.
Spirited Away has to be very close to my heart. The stage production, just phenomenal.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. I think I watched that a million times. I
Yep.
I hope that we get, like, a transfer at some point, or, like, a U.S. tour, because I think seeing that in person, I'll cry.
Oh, same.
Absolutely.
Well, makeup guy would cry.
Absolutely. I think another few favorites that come to mind, would love to know your opinion on this as well. A classic I think of is like Audrey 2
Yes.
in Little Shop, which I have seen both beautiful iterations of Audrey 2. I have also seen some really dinky-danky Audrey 2s. And you know what? Still beautiful. Because puppetry is a feat in itself. Sometimes you got 2 feet, sometimes you got 1, sometimes you have no feet. it's still something. There was also another one that I was thinking about. I was thinking about the tiger for Life of Pi.
Oh, Richard Parker. Yes, we love ourselves some Richard Parker.
Yes, it's. I think the first time I saw the trailer for it, again, puppetry just leaves me in awe. But I was like, oh my god, that's a tiger.
It is. Warhorse is another great example.
Yeah. Oh my god. I'll admit when I saw the movie of version of that, I went, not puppets, not the same.
It doesn't hit as right.
Doesn't it hits differently.
It does.
Same thing, I guess. Weird roping it in together, but I guess Equus along the same lines because they had puppetry in Equus as well.
I would say that my core is like, those massive puppets, but also the intricate small puppets for, like you said, Life of Pi. And
Yeah.
just, it's just Broadway puppets, man. They're great.
Truly, even something as simple as Gingy in Shrek the Musical.
Yep.
Super simple. The great thing about puppetry is that it doesn't necessarily have to be something anything complex. It just has to be executed well. And there's that magic that comes with, interacting, seeing, and having that puppetry presence of being like, yes, that is their whole selves. There is no other part to that.
Yeah, no, that's the beautiful thing about it.
And so now this is the part of the show where we would normally have an ad break, but I don't have those yet, so we're just going to sit here and look at the camera. Okay, and we are back here with Scruff, and we are talking puppetry, which I'm obsessed with, you're obsessed with. This is why we're friends. This is why we met, so I'm very excited to be talking to you about this today. I would love to know, where did the inspiration come from for your, love of puppetry and career with puppetry?
Well, I think the inspiration came from Kermit the Frog song, The Rainbow Connection.
Of course.
And it's kind of been the core of my puppeting experience. It's connected so many people, even people that claim that they do not like puppet shows or just puppets in general. I have found that they keep coming back. I found that they interact, and they're fans. So that's the thing that inspires me.
I can't even begin to explain, like, Kermit as a role model for so many people is, I don't think role model is even like the right word. It's just an overall wonderful inspiration to all. I don't even know how to rightly say that, but yes, that's awesome. I love that. So before you went into this, though, did you have another path in mind or set up before you decided to pursue this professionally?
Yeah, so I wanted to do a few things with my life. I tried to be a funeral director. That didn't work out.
That's unexpected.
Mostly because I am 1 foot tall, so that really didn't work out very well.
Fair enough.
Yeah, no. But I also tried to just be a professional actor, and then I found out I'm again too short to be in any lead roles. But the puppet theater, they really just took me in. And that's, the rest is history.
You found your family.
I did.
That's awesome. I can absolutely appreciate that for sure. So it's interesting you say that, though, because you tried being with all these other groups, and when you decided to join the puppet theater, did you have any hesitation about that? Because I know that there are stigmas surrounding, weird puppet dudes and those kinds of tropes. I'm assuming that didn't bother you.
Not at all. I was a little nervous to go in, but I was not, let's say, I was not hesitant to go in. I kind of figured if this is my path, I'm gonna slay it, like the absolute queen cryptid I am. And
Yes.
I went in there with as much confidence as I had in my backpack, and that was it. I mean, I just, once you found the family within the theater, it kind of flowed easy, and it didn't feel like work, or I didn't have to worry about feeling like a weird puppet guy or being judged so harshly from it. A lot of people have positive reactions from it.
But that's wonderful. That's real, and that's really refreshing, and I'm really glad that you you stuck to your own authenticity and was like, you know what? Hey, Mr. Arnstein, here I am. That's I admire that a lot. A lot, a lot, a lot. Now that you're deep into your career here, has there been anything that surprised you about working with puppets 24/7?
Yes. How different everyone's emotions can be. There's a puppet that I work with at the theater. Her name is Sasha, and she's a shark. And she is just like the complete opposite personality of me. And yet we still somehow get along. It's fantastic.
Oh.
But yeah, no, I think that that's the most thing that surprises me is that these other puppets just have such a deep personality, and the more and more you puppeteer with them, the more and more that their personality comes out. So it's really impressive.
I love that. It doesn't. The opposites attract here thing must come through quite a bit because I'm sure everyone has such varying personalities.
Oh yeah,
But you're all a team,
we
which
are,
is what you have to come together and know you're going to be putting on a good show.
and we usually typically do.
When you go out on stage, how do audiences usually react?
Well, it's the physicality of it all. You can see it. If you were allowed to touch it, you could. It's just because of the price. But it's the tangibility of it all is that it's right there, and you don't see that with a lot of theater in a way where it's something that shouldn't be existing, and it's special. It's beautiful.
It really, really is. There is just such a magical element that happens no matter how old you are. When you're watching a show like yours, you completely just are transported and you're there, and it's like nothing else. I could get emotional talking about this, but
Don't
you know
get
what I mean.
emotional. Don't get emotional, friend. I do not have tissues.
I don't either. And
Oh, good.
my foundation cost $40.
Oh my. That is almost as much as I was. Well, we are not talking about my price. That's
No.
a secret, Scruffians.
You Scruff, you're priceless.
I thank you. Thank you.
All right, so I gotta ask now because we've talked about the past, we're talking about the present. Let's talk about the impact of puppetry as a whole and how it has really become. People used to say this was like a trend. I don't think it's a trend anymore. I think puppetry is a medium that is taken more seriously now than it ever has been. And I recently saw something, I believe I sent it your way. There's a production company called Swaybox. Recently, it was 2017. I just saw this video though, where they were doing composite animations, a screen test with Iron Giant, just to like see if they could do this. And it was basically like, I would say maybe 95% puppetry, 5% CGI.
Yeah.
And it creates such seamless. Oh my god, I was like, this is the smoothest animation and really just intricate, interesting puppeteering, and I wanted to know your thoughts on that.
It did blur the lines between animation and puppetry. But the most beautiful thing is, again, it comes back to that being a physical thing that we can go and see and visit. It left me speechless, to be quite honest with you. Again, much like you, I was just blown out of the water by it. Really, it just kind of proves that puppetry is relevant. Puppetry is here to stay. It's never been a hobby. It's not a phase, Mom. Don't even think about it. But, I think that's I don't know, man. My mind was blown, honestly, when I saw it. And that's sticking to it. My God.
Yeah, sticking to it.
We're sticking to it.
Yeah, and it's so interesting because I first began puppetry when I was in the 8th grade, and I performed it was in a lip sync competition. I had performed it the year before with a few friends, but this year they had actually asked me to MC and host, but because it was my 8th grade year, I still wanted to perform. And so I wanted to do the song of My New Philosophy from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown.
Oh, what a great song.
Yeah, but I needed a partner, and I wasn't able to find a partner, so I found a lovely cat named Schroeder, who, for obvious reasons, because it's Schroeder and Sally singing the song together. Let's say that 5 times fast.
I will not.
Good, neither will I. Having the puppet, that was when I started taking lessons. And it was such a cool, just thought it was so cool to be able to have a friend with me on stage like that, and us to have a different kind of connection, and being able to really entertain people and throw in a few surprises here and there. And it was just a completely different dynamic. And I remember after the show was over, I had parents coming up to me saying, oh, that was really cool. I haven't seen puppets in a really long time used like that. And then, of course, I had people in my school that were, making fun of me for being the puppet girl. And it did hurt a little, but I knew that this was something special. And I was obsessed with it ever since. All right, so now is everyone's favorite part of the show. We're going to be doing the Green Room Games. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I need a jingle. Green Room Games. So, by popular demand, the game we are going to be playing today is Scene Stealer, which is where you, Scruff, are going to be dropped into the show of your choice, and we get to see how chaos reigns when Scruff is in the mix, because I want to know how you would affect the entire plot of the show.
Well, we have a surprise for you then.
Oh?
So, the show selection that we have decided upon is one of the most serious ones, Phantom of the Opera.
Oh my gosh, I am so ready. Okay, Scruff, how are we committing chaos in Phantom of the Opera?
Well, you see, there's a clear love triangle going on between Christine Daae, Raoul, and Eric, better known as the Phantom. It does not need to be a love triangle. I am right here. So what I will do is, just bloop, the Phantom, bloop, Raoul, and there you go. I take away the whole scene. I just swoop up Christine Daae, and away we go. There is no need for all the extra drama and the chandelier that gets broken. We don't need that.
Oh my god.
Like, that is unnecessary. It was a beautiful chandelier, and you just had to shatter it because you were petty? No. No. So I will swoop her away, and then we just, that's it. That's the whole story. I mean, there is no competition.
There's no need for any of this. That's actually incredible. I love... You just cut everything short, and that's it. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. So does this mean we won't get A Love Never Dies either?
No, you see, we will be getting that because the two of them, they got certain feelings about me just swooping in and taking everybody. They come back. Mm-hmm. But that's fine because I have already watched Love Never Dies, and I will make a more complex theme park than Mr. O could have ever provided. And that's that. So good luck trying to find your way out of the labyrinth. Yeah, no, see, the Phantom of the Opera and Raoul did not think about any of this when they were coming back for Love Never Dies, but
no,
it fully doesn't, because I'm immortal.
You're unstoppable.
I am.
Would you also buy, like, a new opera house specifically for Christine to sing at only, so she wouldn't have to worry about, like, any of that either?
Probably, yeah, with, like, extra security that actually does security right, not just randomly pow-powing at the boxes because they heard the voice. Yeah. No, my soldiers will be trained, it will be beautiful, and, yeah.
And what would your theme park be called in your sequel?
Oh, man. Probably, we'll do the, Scruffian Lounge. Scruffian Lodge. That's better.
Scruffian Lodge. I like that.
Scruffian Lodge.
I love it a lot. I think it'd be... Yeah.
That's just fancy thinking right there.
I think... Ready? We're gonna get it done. We're gonna get this done. I can't wait. That's awesome. You... Literally and figuratively, you have absolutely stolen the scene, Scruff. Abso-freaking-lutely. That is amazing.
That was the goal.
Well, thank you so much for playing the Green Room Games. I need a jingle. Green Room Games. Oh my gosh, amazing. All right, so we are now at the part of the show where we're doing talkback time, which is where I turn to you, the audience, to know what you're thinking and feeling because your voice and perspective matters here. This is a collaboration. This is a conversation. I want to hear from you. I posed the question on our social media pages where you can find us on our Instagram, calltimetheatrepod. You can find us on TikTok, calltimetheatrepod. I say it like that because there are dots in between. You can go to our Facebook page, calltimetheatrepod, and you can go on over to Ko-fi, whatever it is, and support the pod and find our questions there as well, calltimetheatrepod. And you may also get the opportunity of seeing this question a little early if you join the Patreon. That's right, you can join the production team of Call Time a Theater Pod by joining one of the fabulous tiers to help support what we do. You get exclusive content, early access, personalized messages, maybe a few special performances for some higher tiers. I don't know yet. We're setting everything up now. You can find all the information in the description box below. So, the question I wanted to know was, I wanted to ask everybody for their favorite puppets. I'm talking from film, from TV, from theater, anywhere. We, Scruff, are going to be putting together a puppetry tier list. That's right, a puppetry tier list. I have a list of puppets prepared from all of our responses, and I would love to know where you think some of these puppets should be placed.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. Now, some of these, I will say, are complete deep cuts. I want to thank everybody for participating and including some of these awesome references. I will be posting the entire tier list on the Instagram page when this is all over so you can see, but I also want to know in the comments of anywhere this is posted, I want to know where you would place some of these puppets as well as your own favorites. So this ranking for this tier list can be categorized however you see fit. It can be appearance, it can be character, it can be you just don't like it or you really love it, whatever you want. This is a free-for-all kind of explanation.
Beautiful.
So starting off at the top, we have the Skeksis from Dark Crystal.
Alright. Well, the Skeksis automatically, for me, get a S rating. Because
Absolutely.
they are gorgeous puppets. The detail. It's the detail for me.
Yeah. No, I also just, in terms of, memorable character as well as beautiful design, I would put them in an S tier as well.
Oh, they're an icon.
Oh, absolutely. This, indicative of the show.
Yeah.
Honestly. Off to a great start. Next one we have is, now this person wasn't specific, but I'm going to be specific for them. They put King Kong, but I immediately think of King Kong when it came to Broadway.
Okay, good, the stage version. So we're both thinking the same one.
Yes,
good.
Yes, which, personally, I would also put an S tier.
Yeah, that's a massive S for me. Major.
If for those that haven't seen it, I'm going to put a clip of it right now because you were able to actually record it during the bows. This puppet is probably what I was in such awe. I cried. It was so beautiful and so genius of just the mechanics of the hands and the eyes. So,
It was very intense.
It was, yes, that's what I was looking for. It was so intense and so just amazing. Shout out to the crew for handling that and being on zip lines. Crazy. Absolute S tier, without a doubt. The next one we have here is the baby Simba puppet from The Lion King.
Listen, I'm not gonna be a bully here because he's a baby, but I got to put him in F because he's a little scary for me.
Yeah.
It's the lack of, face and eyes for me. It's a little, when you get close to it, it's massive as well. It doesn't need to be that massive, but it does because it's Broadway.
Right. I also, for some reason, whenever I think of that puppet, I don't necessarily think of the face. I just think of the paws just going like this.
Oh yeah, the weird little nubby legs. I probably shouldn't say that. I have nubby legs. Yeah.
The special nubby legs. Yes. So F tier.
Yeah, I feel bad to put it there because I do love that show, but
Me too.
it's the one off-putting thing. It's just
Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a
yeah.
little weird. Okay. Now this next one is a very deep cut, and I'm really happy that this person put it, and I was like honestly very surprised. The marionettes in Being John Malkovich.
Oh
Have you seen Being John Malkovich?
no.
Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna talk about Being John Malkovich for a second. This movie is so weird. Like it is probably one of the wildest, weirdest existential films I have ever seen in my life. And it stars John Cusack, who is a puppeteer. Okay? And he's trying to be a puppeteer. And he has these marionettes that like do weird religious morality things, but they're also like weirdly sexual. It's a whole thing. But without getting too much into the movie, because I want you to be able to see it, John Malkovich plays himself. Like he is actor John Malkovich. And there may or may not be John Malkovich marionettes
Oh,
or anybody turning into a marionette
oh
in
wow.
this movie. For the sake of it's cool, but it's really, really weird and like in an artistic way, but also like a little off-putting, I'm going to just fairly put it in B tier for right now. Because there are definitely better ones, but there are also worse ones. The next one is, we're heading into Muppet territory. We got
Right.
Uncle Deadly.
Ooh. S.
Yeah,
Automatic.
automatic S. Uncle Deadly. It's one of those things where I would have done S. I would have also been fine with A tier, but like I think S tier is pretty appropriate here. Now this next one, I know that this person was playing to my niche loves, and while they're technically not puppets, they do use a lot of puppeteering in their act, and this is the Moominshans. Are you familiar with the Moominshans?
I want to. It sounds familiar.
They are featured on an episode of The Muppets, but they are a group from, oh my god, I swear, I say I'm like a super fan and then I forget where they're from.
It happens. I
They
feel like you
are
could still be a super fan and still not know everything. It's okay.
fair enough. Okay, so the Moominshans are a Swiss theater troupe that they do a lot of creativity in puppetry, in performance art, and dance. And I got to see them live. I got to see them live in one of their reunion shows, and it was stellar, spectacular. But like they themselves become the puppets. They are just some of my favorite people. I'm gonna put them in S tier, personally. I also think that anyone who has ever associated with Jim Henson in that way immediately gets an S tier. Next, we have Alf.
Oh, I got to love Elf. He's essentially. I know he's an alien, but he's aliens are cryptids too.
Yes,
So I got to. He's S tier.
S tier. I would, yep, yeah. I would argue maybe A or B, but honestly, I'm fine anywhere up there. Lamb Chop.
Lamb Chop's an icon.
Yes, I
All
love
right.
Lamb Chop.
Lamb Chop is great. She's an icon. I feel like, again, I got to put her up there because you just can't let the classics down like that.
No.
And I feel like everyone and their mom knows who Lamb Chop is. So
Yes, especially even dogs, because they sell
Oh,
the
yeah.
lamb chops for dogs.
that's true. That is very true.
Everyone and their dog knows who Lamb Chop is. In fact, I love that her daughter, the Sherry Lewis's daughter, has continued the legacy of Lamb Chop as well, and I think that's really wonderful.
One's in the family.
Lamb Chop forever. We have the alien mama from Alien.
Oh. Oh.
Big, scary alien mama. Not to be confused with the mean green mother from outer space, Audrey 2.
No. Oh my gosh. Well, I mean, can we talk about her? She's a queen.
Yes,
Literally.
literally.
She is one of the queens I want to meet in my life. Man, I gotta put her up there. I gotta put her up there as well.
We're in like A tier.
Yeah, I would put her in A tier.
Nice. Awesome. All right, we got two more here. We got the goat from the Lonely Goat Herd in The Sound of Music.
Oh, okay. That is another one of my favorites. I will put him in the he doesn't belong in A tier, but B tier.
B
B
tier?
tier for
Yeah,
me. It's just
absolutely.
it's the heart. I love that little guy. He's so cute.
Yes, we love a little guy. We love that.
We
All
do.
right, and then our last one. I mean, I think I already know where this one is going, but and we can say it together. This one is Kermit the Frog.
Great. Ready?
One,
One, two,
two, three.
three. A.
S tier.
What?
Oh, S
Wait,
tier.
it he's like the top. He's the creme of the creme. Creme de la creme.
So he would go to S tier.
Oh yeah, you're right. So listen, being 128 is never easy, okay?
It's fine. It's. We were on the same page. I kind of like that we both didn't say S tier. I think that's really funny. I think it's what we both meant. So.
It is. Yeah, we just. Oh,
I love that a lot. We're keeping that in. That is amazing.
perfect.
Awesome. Well, I think that is pretty definitive. But yeah, I mean, obviously Kermit the Frog goes up there at the tippity top, cream of the crop. Obviously, he wasn't the one that started it all, but he
No.
is one of the ones that helped push it forward and became the face of modern puppetry, contemporary puppetry for many, many reasons, all thanks to the wonderful human that is and will always be Jim Henson.
Yes, our Lord and Savior Jim Henson. Love that man.
Yes, I have a Muppet tarot deck because I do tarot, and the magician card is of Jim holding Kermit, like one of the original, and it's in silhouette, and it's wow. I'm actually crying. Oh
Where
my
did-
god.
Wait, I'm crying because I do not have these cards. What? Where did you get those?
My partner found them on Etsy.
Oh.
And I'll put the link to them here because I want everyone to have them because they're beautiful. Obviously, you and I both know how special and important Jim is for puppetry. You know, and it's not even just for like children's entertainment, although that was a huge part of, you know, what he did, but he essentially created shows, puppet-centered shows, to change the mindset of the world and make it a more harmonious and peaceful place. You know, because puppetry is such a wonderful medium of expressing emotions in ways that we, you know, as a human may not be able to, you know. And I could go, I mean, maybe this will be our next episode together where we can just talk about him.
Oh yeah. I mean, he's the only reason my channel exists.
Yeah?
That's it. We just do it for Jim.
Honestly, we all do this for Jim.
Our Lord and Savior Jim Henson.
Our Lord and Savior Jim Henson. Rainbow Connection. But yeah, that was a pretty good tier list before I can go on even further. But thank you so much for helping me put that together, and thank you to everyone that has participated. If you have any thoughts about that, please let us know. It's so weird, Scruff, that we are at this point because we are coming to the end of our time together. Unfortunately, I know.
Already?
I know, crazy. Time is a social construct, but before we go, I want to hand this over to you for a moment to tell us what's coming up for you. Are you performing anywhere soon? How can we connect with you further?
Well, as you know, I have the TikTok here at Scruff The Puppet, but I also have an Instagram, and it is by the same name of Scruff The Puppet. You already know how to spell it because you should already be a Scruffian. But yeah. But no, so we are going back on tour again on fall, which I will be filming more of because it was an amazing experience the first time, and I would love to actually document some more of it the second time that I do this. And gosh, as far as future projects go, I'm not really sure. The beautiful thing about our channel here is that we kind of just go where the wind takes us. You know, if a beautiful thing of inspiration comes down our way, we'll absolutely grab it at the door. But between you and me, Scruffians, there may or may not be a show review coming up pretty soon. But you didn't hear that from me. Well, maybe you did, because I'm the one talking.
Exclusive idea coming to us as a Scruffian myself. That is awesome. And Scruff, I really genuinely want to thank you for being here today. It was such an honor being able to have you here and talk about the thing that we love the most. And I'm looking forward to, if you are welcome back here anytime that you want. especially since I plan on having this podcast for as long as, we're both alive, which it may go on even longer now that you're, since you're since you're immortal. We'll have this
should
forever.
go on forever.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much for being here. And I want to thank everyone for signing in on the call sheet to Call Time a Theater Pod. My name is Marisa Helene Mast. You are the audience. Bye-bye now.